Right now, somewhere in the world, an AI system just completed the task that a normal woman job will do. And it did it faster, cheaper, and in seconds. The uncomfortable truth, right, is AI is not coming for the future. It's already here. The real question is not whether the world will change. My concern is your job, your skills, your businesses, will they survive this change? So today we have on the Catalyst podcast an AI specialist. Is into tech, is into design, is the CEO of Protive Design Limited. Please join me as we welcome Mr. Oyi Egas. Welcome on board, my guy.
Welcome. Very nice to be here. Thank you for having me. Just to piggyback on what you said, what you say right now, like 1 million times. AI is just taking on task, and these are people's job, whether I like it or not. But it is what it is. It is where we are.
So for someone listening to this podcast right now, what do you think the person will take out? Why should this person keep listening to our conversation?
Well, first of all, just clicking on a video like this or stumbling across a video like that, taking a consideration to look at it, already shows something about you, about the person, right? So, but the reason the person should stay, the real reason you should stay is to understand what AI is right now. You maybe you know what AI is, in fact, just a month ago, or maybe a year ago. But we are talking about AI today, like what is happening today, what is happening these past few days, especially we are looking at the war that is happening in healthcare, in finance, in business.
Disruption.
Like what all these fears, what AI is doing in all these places. And definitely you that is watching, you could be, for example, a lawyer, you could be a banker, you could be in any space at all, basically. And, listening to this, I believe there is some way or somehow we are going to touch what is happening in your space in the course of our discussion or our talks.
Mr. Oye, I've been thinking lately. I may be wrong, but currently, so many jobs are, I don't use the word at stake of going extinction. But we must also acknowledge that some jobs are already in extinction. And some people are still feeling jam form. Some people are still writing WAEC to go and do those same courses to meet an already changed world or an already changing world. In fact, from statistics from Harvard University, 91% of businesses, right, has shown improvement with the advent of AI. So, according to statistics, as at 2024, the AI global market was valued at $186 billion. But the projection for 2030 is saying $826 billion. And if we don't pay attention to how the market is moving, don't you think so many people will just vanish away with the growth of AI?
Well, just to tell you my own mindset, maybe to also give hope to where we are currently in the world. I don't think AI is per se replacing people. So? Pause. I'm an AI evangelist and also a people sympathizer. I am sympathizing with people. But one thing I would say is AI is very good at tasks, but it's not good at a role. Like, for example, you can say, oh, I need a graphics designer. AI can do graphic design a bit, kind of, is okay a bit. But you can't say the AI will handle the process from beginning to end, end to end. So AI is good at completing tasks. Oh, I want to do a background, and the AI does the background for you, right? Oh, I want to do something like this and all of that. The AI knows all those things. It has memory, it has those context and everything. But most times, you still need a person, to make sure everything ties back together. I'm not saying it will not happen, but very soon, AI will get to a situation where you can just employ an AI instead of employing somebody. But we are not there yet.
And that's the Nigerian context.
We are not there yet.
You know, when the internet was about to hit the market, right? When people were not used to the internet, we in the African landscape, we tend to pay deaf ears to the global trends. And when internet finally hit the African market, those that were smart that entered into it earlier on and made billions, of naira and in dollars. Why those that thought that Africa, in quotes, it will take us so long for us to meet up with the internet. Now, this is what is happening. I have a senior friend, right? He's a top guy in the development world, and is like the head of the department. Now, that same department initially would have required maybe like 10, 11 people for that department to function properly. We spoke recently, you know what he told me? That he requires only 2 persons. That currently now he needs only 2 persons to work, and it's even more efficient, and he's doing his work faster with 2 people compared to 11 people. And you're telling me that AI will not sweep jobs in African landscape?
I'm not. So when I say maybe we need to be very, I need to be very, very clear. Obviously, yes, it's going to. Okay, so this is what AI is doing right now. It's improving capacity of a single person.
So
you can say AI has replaced, instead of 11 people in that job, you have replaced 9 people and 2 people. But what I'm saying is that AI cannot just say, there are still 2 people. That's what I'm saying. Like, there are still 2 people. So my talk to everybody listening is that, be that 2 persons. Do you understand?
So what then happens to the 9 people?
They left for a reason.
Why did they leave?
Because they were not efficient enough or fast enough to grab the trend and say, oh, AI can make me very, very fast and good. So then, wait. See what I'm saying. Let's get it straight. So now, we have those 2 people, we have those 9 people. Now, let's assume the owner does not have any favorites or anything or like that. It's just a plain system. Now, do you know that 2 could be even any other person within these 9 people? It's a matter of who can bring the best output. And how do you bring the best output? Becoming, flowing with the trend. If you are a developer and today you are telling me as a developer, you are not using AI in one way or the other, it's not possible. The developer of Linux, the whole Linux kernel, he posted recently on his Twitter that most of all the projects he's doing right now, he's using AI to write it. He said that AI is actually so good at writing code that he doesn't really need to think about writing code again. So what is he doing? He's involved in the system thinking, the architecture. Those are the kind of things that he's bringing.
I totally agree with him, because there was a time where learning Python R was a trend. I don't think it's a trend now. For me, I don't think it's a trend now, because why learning code and cramming codes when AI can tell you exactly what to code, even better than what you learned?
Of course. So what I would say to that still is, vibe coding has been a thing for at least the past minimum a year now, right? Vibe coding has taken everybody by storm. They have different SaaS loading everywhere. That software as a service that been loading everywhere. People building their own micro SaaS and even full on SaaS programs. And this will have zero experience writing code at all. So now, there is this talk that is always coming up that, of which I've also experienced, that AI code is very, like, not secure. Like, it can easily be hacked, which I believe is the reason, like I still said, it cannot fully replace at the stage it is now. It can complete a task. Oh, you just said the AI, we want to develop this new module and we want to add this feature to our software and all that and everything. Now, in a system where, for example, you have already set up your, sorry, I'm going technical, your environment files, .env files, all those kind of things and all of that, where all your keys, your API codes, everything are well secured and safe. And then you are now using AI to assist. That system is definitely going to be safe because someone started a safety. But most vibe coded apps that, you relied on AI for security, you relied on AI for everything and all of that. Developers today are still saying that, it can easily be hacked, the security is bad, the code is not written well and all of that and everything. So what is the solution to that is, we're talking, was it 2 days ago in a program that we attended, I said, if you want to use AI for anything, you yourself be a master at that thing first. Right? Just be a master at it. Say, for example, okay, let's not say master. Be an intermediate. If master is too far, definitely to be a master programmer is...
I take longer years.
You take long years, right? And we don't want you to, because these days, if you are not moving like this, in fact, you might just wake up tomorrow and there's another thing after AI. We're talking about AGI already. So,
So I have a concern, and my concern is our young, you're a graduate, a family man, you have a son, you're doing well. But my concern is those the coming generation that are going to, apply for JAM, apply for WAEC, trying to take up courses.
Are they still writing WAEC? People say right WAEC.
Now, because you have left the landscape of schooling.
True,
right?
For a very long time now.
For me, with this advent of AI, the walls of school is shattered. There is no for me, I may be wrong, but I don't think there's any need for a structured educational system anymore. The reason is this: if I can get every single thing I need, every information I need by just a prompt, a prompt. What? Oh my God! You are in a class, the professor is saying something, you are checking it online, and what you are checking, what the professor is saying, the professor is telling you what you knew 1942 or 1987, or you get far back, and then you are giving current stats. Why do I need to still sit in that same class with a professor that is giving me 2013 stats and I'm using 2026 stats?
I'm the wrong person to ask this question. Do you know why? If my people that I went to school with, they call me non-academic student. And the reason for that is I knew school was very outdated. Even my time when there was no AI, I already called school outdated. So school has come. We know that school has come. We already know that. But I feel just go there for the exposure. Because if you are going to school, because I totally agree with you. In fact, I cannot counter anything you said just now.
What kind of exposure are you talking about?
You meet people, you build social skills, you get to do 1 or 2 things. Sometimes you can do bad thing, you learn lesson, you do good thing, this one is good. You understand? So that's what school is going to expose you to. And you have sense. That's it. But say, okay, let's accept professional courses. Like, for example, now you can't obviously, like, for example, you went to study medicine and surgery. That is a course that you need to go to school. You cannot dodge. Although I studied engineering,
Do you think so? Wait. Do you think so? I came here with plenty concerns, and I'm hoping that with this conversation, because my concerns are not necessarily mine, right? I work with young people.
Yeah,
I work with young people, and I'm so concerned when some of them come to me for counseling. Sir, what course should I do? Right? In fact, let's even discuss about careers now. So what careers you will not advise your son to pick. even if he's passionate.
right from I tell my guys so that are dating, not just not even my son. I say if you see a girl that did not do professional course, don't no bother, just follow somewhere that already professional course. So firstly, any course that is not a professional course, to me,
can you list when you say professional?
I don't want to throw shades.
No, just list.
You want to force me to throw shades?
We are trying to be honest here, right? And
okay. Let me ask you: why is somebody studying history?
To get the history of his nation.
No, why is somebody studying history? I want to that course. What are they doing in that course?
No, to study to understand the history of the nation so that you can make. But for me, I think history is still important.
Why?
However, not going to the school system to learn history. So the reason for anything, we are living life in a circle. Nothing is new under the sun. So whatever is happening now already happened. It's just in a new.
But that's not what they are teaching in history. Have you seen history curriculum? Have you seen history curriculum? Abba, if you see what history curriculum is like, you will know that is basically not what we're talking about. We can blame it on the Nigerian educational system, obviously, because it has not been updated in a very long time and everything and all of that. For example, now people are going, let's leave Nigeria now. People, sorry to say, are in the US doing gender studies. What is it for? So I don't want to mention too many courses.
Sorry, you mean Nigerians going to the United States?
I'm saying people in United States that are citizens of the United States
studying.
It's a big course there right now. It's one of the fastest growing courses. And you see that since that course started increasing in trend, unemployment rates was also increasing in trend. So it basically just tells you, I'm not saying that's the whole reason, definitely, but there's a correlation. There's a correlation. So it means that there are courses that even without AI, you cannot even survive. Like you were mentioning something about a professor in class, this and everything. During my time in school,
do you want to unfold some of those courses?
Of course, yeah. I can tell you some of the courses. Like for example, during my time in school, we're doing transport engineering and we're doing design of airports.
Transport engineering.
We're doing design of airports, airplane, all those kind of things in school. And I asked the question to my prof. So do
you mean transport engineering?
Yes, transport engineering.
When you say transport engineering,
it's a branch of civil engineering. So civil engineering has 7 core branches and transportation is part of it.
Okay.
So transportation is the one that's all about roads, flying, sea, any form of transportation is studied under transport engineering. So we're doing airport design for that course. And I was asking, I know they attend class. Just know that. So this day, someone happened to be in school. I attended class and I was in class. So I was just like, let me just sit in this class and everything. I've not read the notes. It might even be that first class that semester. So I don't even know anything. Teacher. So the teacher was not asking, he was not talking one thing about, diameter in one formula and everything. And sometimes I was just like, this man is confusing two diameters. Diameter of the wheel
inside class.
There's diameter of the wheel that's the tire of the plane, and then there's the diameter of the contact area. So, and this is me that I've never touched this course. So this is me that I've never attended.
You just entered class.
I entered the class first time, and I was like, there's a disparity. And so I asked the guy, I was like, sir, please, I noticed something. There are 2 diameters I can consider here, and the referencing one. Which one do we mean? Do we mean the diameter of the wheel of the plane? Or the contact area? The lecturer said, I don't know. That was just the answer he gave me.
Class?
Just told me, I don't know. So it was very, very simple. So he validated the reason I was never
that class is in trouble. So that is to say, I'm sorry, I may be wrong. Thank God we are not calling names here. Right? I may be wrong, but if he's asked such kind of question and he says he don't know, I will destroy all I've learned from him. I will wipe my memory of everything he has told me because he doesn't even know what he's telling me.
Of course. So that was before AI. I could simply in that class with a Google search, not even this time Google have AI overview and all of that, just a normal Google search and just type in this, and I will get the answer. Definitely it will take me to one PDF. I'm going to open through the PDF, scroll to page 393, and then see, this is what it is talking about, and get that. But what does AI do now? It just makes it easily accessible. You just ask it the question, you just wherever that PDF is going to go through the PDF, read the PDF, understand, and then bring the answer out for you. So it makes it easier. So just to go back to what we were initially talking about, going to school. I've given you reasons you should go to school. And then also, if you want to study a professional course, definitely you have to go to school. Like, for example, you cannot be an engineer without going through an engineering degree. There is no, all this engineer that you are calling engineer in Banex and this thing, if they catch them, So, but anyways, you have to study engineering to be called an engineer. So that's the first thing. And not just, in fact, funny enough, I've not done my accreditation, so I can't even call myself an engineer yet. You have to do that accreditation, all of that, pass NSC, pass current before you now call yourself an engineer. So that takes time.
Okay, so
the same thing for doctors.
I have other question, but I just want to follow up on what you just said now. Who first became an engineer that started certifying other people to become engineers?
What is this guy's name? We did it in the GST. The first engineer.
So if a group of people came together and said, okay, from now, if you do this, you will now automatically become an engineer. And they brought that certification before they became an engineer. Are we not scamming ourselves? No, these are honest truth. I'm just looking. Are we not scamming ourselves in this whole educational stuff? Because frankly speaking, the advent of this AI is bringing up so many realities that we really need to keep asking ourselves some true questions, right? So if knowledge is flying everywhere, knowledge is easily accessible than it was before, then I think we really need to start re-strategizing. And that brings me to my next, my next question of concern. What causes, what professional certification should I currently now, be pursuing as a young career person? Because the whole job landscape, the whole career, even business landscape has changed, not is changing. Because if we say it's changing, we'll be lying to ourselves, because the way business is operated currently in the United States and in other developed world is not totally the way it's done in Africa. And if we are wise enough, we should be learning from the trends of what is happening in developed world in order for us to, take advantage and reposition ourselves properly as a developing world.
Yeah, so very, very true. There are careers that are worth pursuing right now. And you mentioned something, there was a time people were learning AI, was a thing. He was learning Python programming, and it was a thing. Yeah. And that is the backbone. That's why AI boomed right now. You can't write Python. You can't build AI without writing Python. So the reason they needed a lot of Python engineers was because they foresaw that AI is going to be a thing in 5 years' time, in 6 years' time, in 7 years' time. So sometime in 2019, there was a boom in Python programmers. Oh, we need more Python programming. I knew in fact, there was a I did Python programming. In fact, I did a Python program.
I did
Python programming class. And I can tell you that from my set, 40 people have used it to jackpot. They are working abroad, working in different companies. So I even have a friend that is working in Apple currently. That's is with Apple as one of their staff. I have people in BBC. I have people in some other upcoming AI companies. Some even started. I even have a friend that also started his own AI startup. Stuff like that. So it's a trend. So, and one thing I always say is that most times it can be, I don't know how I want to put it, just being unintentional about yourself. Everything is at your fingertips. You are going to write your jam right now. Just ask what course will be relevant in the next 7 years. You are graduating in 4 years. So at least you should be asking a question that what is relevant in 7 years from now? What is relevant in 10 years from now? What's relevant that you now start, if you want to even plan further towards your retirement, so that when you are in your 30s, your 40s, because that's 30 to 40 is when you really accumulate wealth. To be very honest. So you add let's say, for example, now you are 20 now. So you are looking at in 12 years time, what would be relevant? So you are going to be studying towards that. All these are easily answered questions. Obviously, I'm not saying AI is one-time fad or something that's just a trend that will just come and go. It is here to stay, to be very honest, because you cannot tell me that these billions they are pouring into it, the data centers that they are building. Elon Musk talking about building a data center in space. And it will not be relevant in the next 20 years. It will be relevant. So let's be honest with ourselves. These companies are profit-making companies. Their money will not go to waste. There is no company that is going to invest $100 billion in AI because they feel that AI will be out in the next 5 years. They are investing $100 billion because they know that it will sustain them in 20 years. It will sustain them in 30 years to come, right? So that's why the whole investment is going there. People say it's a bubble, it's a bubble, it's a bubble. That's how they also thought the internet was a bubble. Right? There was a time that, the www, the .com, bubble, the .com,
everywhere.
Yes, in 2008, it crashed, it went into everything. But where are we now again, right? There was also a time that, we thought crypto was a bubble, all of that and everything.
That's why someone just needs to learn history.
Just few months ago, Bitcoin hit $120,000. Right? Although it's $70,000 now, but there was a time Bitcoin was $4,000. There was a time Bitcoin was $10. There was a time someone was buying one pizza with 10,000 Bitcoins. The day that transaction happened is called Bitcoin Day. Because it was one of the first transaction that was known worldwide in the blockchain. So imagine 10,000 Bitcoin for a box of pizza. 10,000 Bitcoin today. You know what we are talking about. So it's just a matter. And one thing you mentioned too, let me just go back to that. Sorry. One thing you mentioned, you said information is easily available. Information is easily available. It makes people write it off. Let me tell you one thing. Let me explain what I mean. When you search for something, when you pay for something, there is this drive, there's this value. But because something is too readily available, you see people now having short attention span. People start, procrastinating. I remember then when I was learning computer, I had to go from my house. I stay in Benin, from Ugbowo to GRA, and I was learning graphics design. This is what I'm telling you about years ago. So imagine the journey, just the journey alone. And I was able to learn Photoshop, was able to learn Illustrator, was able to learn some of all these softwares. And all this thing I was in secondary school. Then when I was learning the software. So, but now, let me not point hands, but I know many children that I have tried to push in that direction, giving them the courses, even tell them to be coming to my house that I will train them. But because the information is readily available, very easy, and AI now even made it over easy now. There's no drive.
So, if I'm getting you, are you saying that AI is bringing or is raising lazy generation?
Yes, now. We don't know. When last, like even me, I was looking at my history. Usually Valentine, my wife's birthday, Christmas, I like writing, so I write a poem for her. Since AI came, I've stopped writing poem. It was an experiment when it was still GPT-2. I'm not even talking about GPT-5 that we are now. Still when it was GPT-2, I just give him my idea. I have an idea for this poem and everything. And then he wrote it. I was like, I can't get to this level so fast. I can write something definitely more intense, because I know the person I'm writing it to, right? Then she was my girlfriend or babe or whatever they call it then. So, but I put intentionality into it, put my spirit and everything. But you're able to tell AI that, I want this. He's able to combine it in such a way. I don't know how to explain it, but just put it so well. And since then, I will write my own poem the way I want to write it. Then not give it to the AI and not tell the AI, I want to implement this. So it's making me lazy now. Am I not lazy like that?
So in my mind, I'm just weighing two things: social media and AI, which is impacting us more, especially the younger generation, which is impacting us more. I remember there were times where people can be, online, social media handles for hours. I don't know if that's the trend for AI, right? Are people really, I don't want to use the word maximize. Are people really using this AI to learn, to, maximize their potentials, learn new things, or they try to see what they feel,
I would say,
just speaking in Nigerian pidgin language.
I would say most people that are using AI today are just cruising with it. They are not using it advantageously. They're not using it deliberately. They are not using it intentionally. They are just cruising with it. Oh, they just want to quickly find out something. They just ask it a question. And it can do so much more. To be very honest, can do so much more. There are so many AI tools. I can brain dump some AI tools now, for example, for people that want to, learn. Definitely, we all know ChatGPT is definitely a chatbot, right? But it is so much more. I know most people are using the free version. Just take one day, save. I'm talking to young people. You that already have money, go and pay for it. You can pay for it. Gather money is 16,500 naira when you pay through the phone. If that's a hack, I've given people a shortcut now. If you go through their website, you pay 30,000, but if you pay through your phone, you pay 16,500. So go through your phone's app store. Your GT Bank card is going to work. I use my GT Bank card. It's not a sponsored post. We're not sponsoring GT Bank. You can also use Kuda Works. You can use Brainest. All those different cards that I always create in those apps. I've tried them. They all work. So pay for the premium and then access features like GPT Canvas and see what it can do. Access features like GPT Codex. Access features like Sora 2. Although Sora 2, you will need VPN to access it. You just connect your VPN to Canada or US. And then I don't know if they are still doing the referral code thing, but obviously. But what I'm trying to say is that there's so much more when you pay for it. For that ChatGPT, for example, and it can do so much more. And you can just even ask on YouTube, how can I launch a business leveraging ChatGPT? Just click it. I'm very sure you're going to get 30 videos. Watch just 3 of them. Just 3 is going to open your mind. Just 3 videos is going to open your mind. Let's leave ChatGPT. ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Meta AI. I put them in the same category. They are chatbots. I use ChatGPT more. Although I pay for ChatGPT, I pay for Gemini, I pay for Perplexity. I use the annual plan for those different softwares, and that's what I kind of use them day to day. Then, when we now move on to other tools, like for example, video creation, we have something like Opus AI. We have something like Kling AI. Now, Opus AI is very good for clips. Like for example, in fact, just imagine this podcast, we have a 1-hour video and everything. You feed that video into Opus AI. Opus AI is going to use intelligence to stitch, join, cut, do everything about video and give you 100 videos from a single video. That's what it does. You can offer that as a service to a business. Just tell the business, record long videos for me, your CEO talking and all of that and everything, and you'll be creating clips for them. All you just need is a $20 subscription for Opus. And that's all. And imagine how much you're going to be charging that business for the service you're offering.
That's an opportunity on it.
Yes, I do it. I'm not even saying.
And so many people have already lost this opportunity.
Yes, I do it. People pay me for it. I don't say how much, but people pay me for that separately. And I'm not even the one doing it. Funny enough, the AI is doing it. And immediately the AI is doing it, I've done an integration that connects to Buffer that automatically does the post. So I'm not even touching it. I'm not even touching. All I need to do is to just give the video to Opus, and then the whole automation takes place from there. So then also Kling, like I said, you can generate video from scratch with Kling. You can also use Google View. You can use Sora also for video. But where I'm coming to right now is agentic AI, which is the whole box right now. We are looking to tools like Google Anti-Gravity, Cloud Code, Cursor, Windsurf. All these softwares, they are used for I believe that when video editors are doing it, they are just going to put the names so that in case you can't spell it very well, maybe some subtitles will help you get names correctly. But something like Google's Anti-Gravity, Cloud Code, Windsurf, Cursor, these programs can build full applications. I'm not saying, I don't know how to say, they can rebuild Instagram and you install it on your phone. It will do it. Literally, it will do it. I gave it a prompt one day to rebuild Photoshop for me. And it built Photoshop within my browser that I was able to edit pictures with. So imagine I was able to build a photo editing software without knowing how to code. And I have some idea about coding. Definitely, I learned Python. I know how to do HTML, CSS, and all of that. So maybe it kind of helped me to know exactly what to do. But I'm very sure that there are 3 hours videos on YouTube that you can watch and just type anti-gravity tutorial on Google right now. In fact, I put it as a challenge to you right now as you're listening. Google anti-gravity tutorial. Look for 3 long videos. I know I always say 3, but that's what does it for me most times. I don't just watch one video on the subject. If I want to learn something, I make sure I go 3 videos, 3 courses, 3, like it's always 3 of something, because it gives me that depth and range. Because just learning from one person, you may not get the whole scope. So pick 3 videos and dedicate your time to it. I know we want to consume slop, misinformation, things that are very interesting, all of that. But this is something that's going to give you money. It's going to put money on your table, to be very honest. So those are the things people should be looking at, honestly. I know I've talked for a very long time, but I believe it's very, 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 very important.
I needed you to also pass that information, because we are not just discussing, we're also trying to, bring up transformative content that will make our viewers, reposition themselves.
Of course.
Things have changed. While you were talking, I was looking at, those already in the middle aspect of career. They are not too old and they are not too young. And some people are having that mindset, like, this trend in AI. It will take long time in Nigerian language, Nigerian pidgin. It will take long time before it will fully develop for Nigeria. In English, it means it will take so long for it to fully, for its maturity to be full in Nigeria. So why do you think people are actually denying the impact that AI already has?
What you don't know, you fear.
Yeah.
You fear what you don't know. That's just it. You fear what you don't know. And most people that are saying, AI cannot take my job, AI cannot take my job, is a fear. Instead, learn it. So, learn it, but don't use it. Since you don't want to, you don't use it, but learn it. A time will come that without it, you will be left in the past. I'll give you an example. My mom...
Please take that again. Without it,
you'll be left in the past. You will be left in the past. I want to give you an example. My mom, then when she's going to be turning 70 very soon, so you should know how one I'm talking about. When she finished basic school that year, she went to school to become a typist, a typewriter. So they work in the courts. Those days, they work in the courts, they type, they work in secretaries and all that. That time you have typewriter that you punch like this. That's what she went to school and studied. It's not relevant again today.
How can it be relevant?
It's not even relevant. It was not relevant 30 years ago. That skill. 30 years ago, it was not relevant. So you always have to be learning something. Just learn it. I beg you, I'm pleading with you, just learn it. And one thing about AI is that it gives you autonomy. In fact, if there's any memory pill, if there's any pill or clip pill that you want to take today, is AI is going to give you autonomy. What do I mean by autonomy? You always see people saying that, AI will take jobs, AI will take jobs. And other people say AI cannot take my job. You hear developers, AI can never take my job. You hear a UI designer, AI can never take my job. You hear a DevOps engineer, AI can never take my job. You hear a Web3 guy, AI can never take my job. All these people are all in the same landscape. But let me tell you something. Recently, I have noticed that many people are going solo. You will see UI designers saying that I don't need a developer anymore. I build the UI and use AI to write the code and build the app. Now, the developer will say, I don't need the UI designer again. I'll use AI to build the UI and I will write the code myself.
Wow.
You see a developer engineer and say, I don't need... So, what does that tell you? AI can actually do everything, though. So, but what is granting people is autonomy. So that means someone can, by himself...
If I get what you're saying, that means with the advent of AI, we are still going back to specialization, kind of, because everybody now become like a specialist in their field. Why they know, except I'm wrong, I probably not getting what you're saying, but what I was getting what you're saying is, if I'm a medical doctor, I'm a dentist, right? And maybe I specialize, I don't know how, okay, let me use what I'm familiar with. If I'm a teacher, for instance, and I'm a mathematics teacher, and with the advent of AI, maybe an English teacher is saying, I don't need a math teacher. A science teacher is saying, I don't need. So everybody goes to their own their own specialization. Yes. But I was thinking that AI is actually making this knowledge broad. everybody, I can go and teach science. I can go and teach government because I have access to that same knowledge.
Yes. So what you are saying is kind of what I'm saying, but in a different way. But this is what let me try and incorporate what you're saying now to what I'm saying. Now, definitely specialization is kind of different from autonomy. Right, because autonomy means like the autonomy I'm trying to say is that, the person can do as many things as possible instead of relying on another person, because AI grants them covers for their lapses in the areas they are not good at, right? So, and then specialization also comes in the form that if you already know something, then that means you don't need AI to do that thing. Or at least even if you are using AI to do that thing, you are going to use it better
with AI
than people who are just using AI for that thing and they don't have any idea. Like, for example, the way a developer will use AI is very the way I will use AI. Because the developer knows how to code already very well, compared to someone like me who I'm not very good at coding. So it's going to be a different kind of situation. So in terms of specialization, yes, it's going to make them better, but also adding to specialization, it grants them autonomy.
So I agree small, but I'm not in full agreement. The reason is this. If I know how to prompt an AI system to give me the prompt that a developer will use, I'm an amateur, but you are the professional. And you're using, based on your knowledge, right? You're prompting an AI system to develop something for you, right? Like, of course, we have web development, website development AI platforms now. You just put in some prompt and then you have your website. And those days they used to charge maybe over 200, 300, depending on 500, depending to just build a website. And now to build a website can just take 90 seconds with just an AI system. So if I am going to specialization and an amateur can do exactly what, let me not say exactly, at least to a large extent, because the way I laughing, to a large extent, what a professional will do. I don't need a professional, my brother. I will stay at my own house, use my laptop. What everybody needs to go and get, everybody needs to go and get a laptop, get an internet. People that will be making more money now is MTN in Nigeria, Airtel, Glo. They will be making money because people will be using so much data to prompt AI and pay for subscription. Why you as a professional, you're going towards, specializing? I don't need to specialize on anything.